On the 8th of October 1871, a devastating fire destroyed the town of Peshtigo, Wisconsin, killing over 1,200 people and leaving thousands homeless, making it the deadliest wildfire in U.S. history. On the 8th of October 1871, the Great Peshtigo Fire occurred, a devastating wildfire in U.S. history. The fire destroyed 16 towns, including Peshtigo, Wisconsin, and burned over 1.2 million acres of land. The fire killed an estimated 1,200 people, making it the deadliest wildfire in U.S. history. The fire was so massive that it created its own weather system, with fire-generated tornadoes and firestorms. The exact cause of the fire remains unknown, but human activity, like logging and railroad construction, are suspected. Discover the top 10 most shocking goalkeeper injuries that left teams scrambling, including David de Gea's horror slip against Tottenham in 2018. David de Gea's 2018 slip versus Tottenham is one of football's most infamous goalkeeper moments. Injuries are common for goalkeepers, with 1 in 5 suffering a serious injury each season. Manuel Neuer's 2017 ankle injury kept him out for 4 months, a huge blow to Bayern Munich. Goalkeeper concussions are often caused by collisions with other players or the ground. David Seaman's 2003 injury versus Southampton was caused by a 40-yard lob from Neil McCann. Goalkeeper injuries can be devastating, with some requiring multiple surgeries and lengthy recoveries. Dive into the mystery of the Mary Rose, a 16th-century warship that sank during a battle with France, taking over 500 lives with it. The Mary Rose was a 16th-century warship built during the reign of King Henry VIII in 1536. This 700-ton vessel was one of the largest and most advanced warships of its time. On the 19th of July 1545, the Mary Rose sank during a battle with France off the coast of Portsmouth. The ship's heavy artillery and top-heavy design made it prone to capsizing in strong winds. Over 500 lives were lost in the disaster, with only 35 survivors rescued from the wreckage. The Mary Rose lay undisturbed on the seafloor for over 400 years before its discovery in 1971. Visit Varosha, a city on the island of Cyprus that was once a thriving resort town but has been frozen in time since the 1974 Turkish invasion, and see the abandoned buildings and hotels that remain. Varosha, on Cyprus's southeastern coast, was once a popular resort town for European tourists. The city was abandoned in 1974 after Turkey's military invasion of Cyprus led to mass displacement. Over 15,000 residents and tourists fled Varosha, leaving behind homes, businesses, and hotels intact. The city has remained frozen in time for decades, with buildings still furnished and stocked. Varosha's abandoned state has made it a ghost town and a fascinating tourist attraction today. The city remains under Turkish military control, with partial access granted to visitors since 2020. From ants to beetles, we're counting down the top 5 insects that can lift 50 times their own body weight. The strongest insects in the world can lift 50 times their own body weight, equivalent to a human lifting 6 cars. Ants, like the Asian weaver ant, are among the top 5 insects with incredible strength, thanks to their powerful mandibles. The rhinoceros beetle can lift 850 times its own body weight in a single lift, making it one of the strongest animals on the planet. Leafcutter ants are agricultural titans, carrying chunks of leaves back to their colonies to cultivate fungus for food. The trapjaw ant has the fastest recorded mandible movement, snapping its jaws shut at 145 miles per hour to catch prey. In this lab-themed Minecraft challenge, players must survive in a custom-made laboratory biome filled with hazardous chemicals, toxic gas, and mysterious experiments gone wrong. The Minecraft Lab Survival Challenge takes place in a custom laboratory biome filled with hazards. Players must navigate through areas contaminated with toxic gas that slowly drains health. Hazardous chemicals are scattered throughout the lab, causing damage if not handled carefully. The lab contains mysterious experiments that have gone wrong, posing unpredictable threats to players. Survival requires finding and crafting protective gear to shield against lab hazards and toxins. The ultimate goal is to uncover the secrets behind the lab's sinister experiments and escape alive. Learn how European powers, such as the Dutch and British, established a sugar monopoly by controlling key trade routes, colonies, and production, amassing vast fortunes and shaping the global economy. In the 15th century, Sugar was a rare luxury only the wealthy could afford. The Portuguese established the first sugar colonies in the Atlantic Islands in 1420. The Dutch West India Company dominated sugar trade in the 17th century, controlling 70% of global production. By the 18th century, Britain's sugar colonies in the Caribbean produced over 90% of the world's sugar. Sugar barons amassed vast fortunes, with some earning up to £10,000 per year, a staggering £1.5 million today. The sugar monopoly fueled the growth of European cities, shaping the modern global economy. Witness the most astonishing records in music. The longest song to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart is All Too Well by Taylor Swift at 10 minutes 13 seconds. The Beatles hold the record for the most #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, with 20 songs. The fastest-selling album of all time is 25 by Adele, selling over 3.38 million copies in its first week. The longest reign at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart is held by Lil Nas X's Old Town Road, with 19 weeks. The most Grammy Awards won by an individual is 28, held by Georg Solti, a Hungarian-born conductor. The highest-grossing concert tour of all time is U2's 360 Degrees Tour, earning over $736 million in 2009 to 2011. NASA's research found that a 26-minute power nap improved cognitive function by 34% and alertness by 54%. NASA researched power naps to help astronauts stay alert during long space missions. A 26-minute power nap boosted cognitive function by 34% and alertness by 54%. Astronauts use power naps to refresh and recharge in space's unique, high-stress environment. NASA found that short naps improve memory, creativity, and problem-solving skills. Power naps are crucial for astronauts during spacewalks, which require peak concentration. Today, power naps inspired by NASA's research boost productivity and alertness worldwide. Explore the most iconic and memorable Olympic opening ceremonies from around the world. The Olympic opening ceremony originated in 1896 at the Athens Games, featuring 241 athletes from 14 nations. Beijing's 2008 ceremony featured a 10,000 drone display, setting a Guinness World Record for most unmanned aircraft. London's 2012 ceremony, directed by Danny Boyle, included a 007-themed sketch with James Bond and Queen Elizabeth. The 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics opening ceremony was held with a unified Korean team, symbolizing peace. Rio's 2016 ceremony featured a vibrant samba performance and a giant Olympic ring made of flowers. The Tokyo 2020 ceremony was notable for its minimalist approach, with empty seats and subdued celebrations due to COVID.